I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And in this video, we're going to be talking about, was I enough for them?
This is something that does come up a lot after a breakup. We start to question our own self-worth. Before we start, I did want to mention that both Craig and I are available for coaching sessions. If you would like a one-on-one session to go over your situation, check out our links in the description. Also head to our website. You can book coachings through there too.
Very easy to do, and we'll be happy to help you. So we're going to talk about this idea of, was I enough for this person? Because a lot of times after a breakup, we really question our own self-worth. And we feel like that we weren't enough to make them want to stay, that maybe we weren't lovable enough, or, there's something wrong with us that they didn't want to be with us anymore. Sometimes we blame ourselves for the other person's unhappiness or stress or whatever issues that they may have going on, mental health issues, depression. And we often have this idea that we should be enough for somebody, that we are supposed to come into somebody's lives and magically be the thing that makes them happy and just magically kind of solves all their problems and meet all their needs, and that we're all they'll ever need. And when these things come up within yourself in a breakup and you're really looking at, oh, I made these mistakes, I did this thing wrong, I did that thing wrong, it's all my fault, and then we're alone with our thoughts, it starts to just make us feel worse and worse about ourselves and makes us kind of take all the blame of everything that's happened.
Mm-hmm. And you can imagine that if you make someone else your entire world, if all of your emotional and social needs are dependent on someone else, when that person says, hey, I don't want to be in a relationship anymore, your entire world just closes in. You don't have anybody to reach to. Maybe you've neglected friends and family for that relationship, and so you're completely lost, you're completely heartbroken. And for them too, for another person who's made you their entire world. Now imagine breaking up with that person and trying to find that one person that will meet all of your needs.
Yep.
We really don't believe that one person can fulfill all of your emotional needs, all of your social needs, all of what you need in life. It does take a community. And Esther Perel, she does a really great job about talking about this in one of her most famous TED Talks. So that is a person that I would research a little bit more and learn more about this concept with.
Yeah, she's great.
Mm-hmm. So in this video, we're going to talk about a piece of research from Bowling Green University by Matthew Wright and Susan Brown. This is all talked about and discussed in a separate article by Dr. Bella DePaulo, who's really great, and I've been reading some of her articles lately. Mm-hmm. Highly encourage you to learn more about her work too.
All right.
So the piece of research today is really interesting, and it talks about the difference between single people and coupled people in the areas of depression, stress, and loneliness. So the researchers themselves, they thought going into the study that they would find single people being more depressed, being more stressed, being more isolated, and feeling more alone.
Okay.
But the results really shocked them, and they really shocked me too as I was reading this.
All right.
So what they found was that there was no difference for women, whether they were single or whether they were coupled, in those three areas: depression, stress, and isolation, which is really, really interesting.
Yeah.
And they actually found that women who were dating had a little bit more stress if there was any correlation in the research, it was that.
Interesting.
So a lot of times we think when I'm in a relationship, I'm going to be so happy, or this is going to be the one thing that really brings me happiness and joy, and my depression is going to be cured. When in reality, the studies even show that it really is up to you to work on your own mental health, and that a relationship is not a magical cure.
Sure, yeah.
For men, they found no difference in depression, stress, or loneliness for men that were either single or dating, but they did find that married men had more depressive symptoms, or were more likely to report that.
Interesting. That kind of contradicts the thoughts that have been going around for years that men are happier and live longer when they're married.
Yeah, so it is really interesting to see, this different side of things. Of course, different studies study different things.
Sure.
This one did focus on depression, stress, and loneliness, so keep that in mind. What they did see is that single people did struggle more financially. That was one thing that the study did note. But, they didn't have much difference in those 3 areas than people who were coupled. And so the study really did focus on romantic relationships. It sounded like from the very beginning what they were trying to show is the benefits of being in a relationship. But later they found through the research, through the data, that there are a lot of benefits to singleness too. And DePaulo, in her article, she talks about why. She kind of thinks about some ideas as to why this research is the way it is.
Okay.
And she was saying that single people interact more with their friends and family. A lot of times when you're in a partnership, in a relationship, you do tend to neglect those other relationships in your life.
That's true, yeah.
And she also said that in the research, they asked about social support. And they found that for both men and women, having a good social support system made a huge difference in their depression. And so these are things to note too, that sometimes we do think it's that one person that's going to fix us. It's going to be that one person that's going to make us happy, when you have a whole community of people around you that do love and care about you, and that really do make a difference in your mental health. So the point that we're trying to make with this video of, were you enough for them? A lot of times in a breakup, we feel like we have let our partner down, that we couldn't meet all of their needs. We're trying to give you this idea that it does take a village for a healthy relationship to work too. Really think back in that relationship and think, did we have friends around us? Did we have good support? Or were we isolated? Were we trying to deal with all of our issues alone? Did I have people in my life that I could go and talk to and trust when I was going through a hard time, even in my relationship? Maybe not giving all the details and putting all of your dirty laundry out there, but having that close handful of people that you can go and vent to, so that you do feel invigorated in your relationship.
That's a great point. So it just goes to show you that couples everywhere are struggling in their relationships, or they're single. You know what I mean? It's about having all kinds of people in your life to help meet your needs, and not relying so much on one person.
Right. Social support is so important. And so in thinking, was I good enough for them? Yes, and it takes a community.
So this is something for you guys to really think about when you're beating yourself up, and really looking at areas that you may have neglected your partner, that it goes beyond that. And one thing you could consider is, well, how much support did they get from their friends and family? And how much of an effort did they make to go to their friends and family to get extra support? So it wasn't put all on me. You know what I mean? Because people have work and responsibilities and health issues and, all kinds of things. And people have a right to enjoy each other's lives too, their hobbies and interests, and go out and see their friends. So it's not that it's supposed to be one person with another person, that's it, there's no one else. No, you want to include all the other people in your lives that you can, that bring value and joy to your life.
And I think also part of this research, I did want to say something about men's mental health too. It was really interesting to me that, for men in particular, being married, they were more likely to report depressive symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of times men are socialized a little bit differently. They're told to be strong. They're told to hide their emotions a lot more. And so from this research, it also shows how important that social support can be for men too. You know, it's really, really, really important for men to have people around them that they can trust, that they can be vulnerable with. And vulnerability is going to look a little bit different in men than it does in women, and that's okay too. You know, but having those buddies around you can be really important. So I just want to highlight that, since I know men's mental health is also really important.
Great point. Okay, so hopefully you found this one helpful and interesting. Of course, if you want to get our help personally, you can do that on my website, askcraig.net. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Coach Victoria is also available for Skype coaching.
I'm here whenever you'd like to chat.
Just click on her name at the top of the website to schedule with her. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And we will talk with you soon.